Obsessing about obsession, and I'm not mad at it. It's actually a very interesting movie, and I still think I haven't fully shaken it after my second watch. On the surface, this is a horror movie about a wish going wrong, basically. Be careful what you wish for, but that's not really what this movie is about, and I think that's why it's still sitting with me currently. Curry Baker wrote and directed this film for $750,000. It grossed well over $300 million worldwide. Quite a debut, might I add. And in this movie, Baron, the main character, was never in love with Nikki. Bear was always obsessed with Nikki, and that kind of leads to the events of the movie. They're not the same thing, of course. Love says, I see you. Whatever you feel back, I respect that. Obsession says, I want you to need me the way I need you. And Nikki actually says it directly in the film. There's a difference between a love story and a romance, and this movie gives you exactly that. Just not in the way you'd expect. What unfolds between them is technically a love story. Nikki loves Bear more than anything, more than herself after the wish, but it is not romance by any means. Because romance requires two people who choose each other freely, not coerced. What Bear created was possession dressed up as devotion, basically. And Freaky Nikki, yeah, that's an interesting story. She isn't just a curse gone wrong. She's a perfect mirror of what Bear seemingly wanted. Nikki is consumed, she is devoted with nothing but love for Bear, essentially. Because what love is when you strip away care, consideration, that genuine desire for other person to be happy and whole, not just what you want. Obsession shows us what gets destroyed in the pursuit of a selfish, one-sided love, a love greater than anything, right? The body horror in the third act is not just there to scare you, it is good, by the way. By that point, Freaky Nikki has fully arrived, and there is an energy to her I can only describe as well as she literally says, you asked for this. This is your wish. Like she's looking at Bear and saying without a single word, this is all you. Like this is what you wanted, essentially. A cruel reflection of what you chose for us. That's what makes it land differently than most horror movies for me. They're both caught up in the horror of his choice. Essentially, it's not just chaos. It's a mirror, like actual love can be. Now, the debate online, something I've seen is, was Bear really the villain? I think it's pretty obvious. Some people say he didn't know everything would happen the way it was. He was just selfish, maybe stupid. I'd say those things are largely irrelevant to his villainy. Villainy is often not a matter of intent, it is a matter of impact. Bear became the villain the moment Nikki asked him, do you like me? And he said no and made the wish anyway. He was a villain in my mind. Before any horror, before anything went wrong, the wish itself arguably was just a violation of the care he professed to have for her. In the end, things get way off the rails. Bear overdoses to free himself and arguably Nikki. Nikki finds a one wish Willow, and instead of wishing herself free, she wishes for Bear to love her back because that's all she wants. He comes out of the bathroom, they embrace for one final time, and like true love would have it, he dies in her arms. The wish breaks essentially now that Bear is gone and there's no object for her obsession, and Nikki pretty much loses it, of course. You hear her wailing as the movie ends. It's quite tragic. I'm sure audiences were gripped by this moment. And then she kind of wakes up to the full weight of what she's done. Oh, and Inde Navarrette, who plays Nikki, is remarkable in this film. Barker cast her specifically because she could balance the crazy and the scary while still making Nikki feel real before everything unraveled, and she did just that. Myself and critics alike have already compared her to The Exorcist and Carrie. She really did her thing with this movie, sharing every word of the praise and all the other media attention she's getting. Nikki is not the villain. Nikki is a victim. The real horror isn't what she does, is why she's doing it. And anybody who made that wish would be a villain, arguably. Go see the movie again. I invite you to share your opinions and your thoughts. I think this one will stay with you for a little while. That's my observation for today.